Hello everyone, I'm Raul and welcome back to Live Drawing. If you're here for the first time, please subscribe on my channel and don't forget about the bell notification because you can see more videos and more lessons. Let's get into the lesson for today. Today I will show you how to draw shiny ring, wedding rings, and also we finish with the skin on the finger. I will outline for the first time. As you can see, again, my pencil is really very good sharp. For this type of the sharpening, I use sandpaper. And now my pencil become like a needle. It's really helpful if you do this. It will be more easy for you to add the outlines. Of course, also the details. Today we're working with more tones, and of course we use the same pencil. It's about the 8B grade. I'm using 8B grade from Faber-Castell. But as I told you guys, if I'm looking to have very good details and more easy to make the details, my way is to resharpen the pencil. I'm coming with a little bit very small dots so I can line in for the design of the wedding ring. We need to design the model in the middle. And I'm going for this in the same way. But also we need to learn how to do the shadows who's coming from the ring. So we're going by small circle emotions to build the first layer of the skin, to have the base where to work. Again, we need an outline. So for the next finger, we do the outline, this time very dark. Depends how the dark the shadows show us. Slowly, as you can see, we need to lose the tone because the line for the finger is finishing here. Also, I carry on with the rest of the finger. for the outlining. If you remember, always when you're outlining, you do very light for the beginning. And if you're happy with the design made, you can add a bit pressure after you have already the shapes. We have another finger here to draw, the small one. And also we need to build the nails for the nail for this one, but we don't do nothing. We take care of the wedding rings finger. So I'm going very light because I have to do light lines. For the design. I'm looking also for the light shadows. I'm going in the same time with the designing, as you can see, with the shadows and lines. We are quite far with the lessons, so it's not reason to stay only for the explanations, what you already know. Don't worry guys, if you have already the outlines made perfectly, you can add the rest of the shadows. I bend the pencil and I carry over the layers. Now I build the first layer for the base. I'm looking for the dark tone for the shadows. So following the reference photo, I'm starting with a light layer. If I'm happy with the base for the first layer, I'm coming to change the value of the color of the graphite, adding more layers. We need to learn to combine the graphite work ingredient by layering. For the outlines for the ring, for the wedding rings, I'm using #1 blending stump. If you have a portrait with the jewelries, how to do the shadows? As you've seen, I just layered 2-3 layers, but very light, till I achieve the dark tone. And when I'm happy with the dark tone, of course I need to go a little bit more, but this is about the skin as well. We're talking about the shadows who's coming from the ring. So always, if you try to do more layers, and if you're happy with this, it's much easier after that to blend this one. Before to blend, as you can see, I just line it only close to the object, close to the ring. If you have to draw a necklace or different jewelries, try to do the shadows round of the jewelries, and after that only one line like this, so you can make more visible. And after that you will see, if I'm coming with number 1 blending stump with circle emotions, I will push a little bit graphite from the dark tone inside of the skin. As you can see, the paper is coloring, and the color for the line become lighter. Hello Art by Sue, I'm very happy to see you here back. Hopefully you are well, and as you can see, we carry on with the lessons. Now we do the same thing, but this, because it's lighter area, we're coming very light with blending stump over. Something like this. We carry on with the shadows. I'm going with small circle emotions. And also I build the shape for the fingers. For the finger, because we're working only one finger now at a time. I need to combine the shadow from the top side with the bottom one. So I'm coming one more layer with the circle emotions on the bottom. And also I mix together with the top one. Now I'm checking for the dark tone, how dark is the design of the skin. And to make this part of the skin looking 3D, I'm coming very light with a big graphite, so I can have where to mix. I'm going with this line and mix together with the rest of the drawing with blending stump. I do one line in the middle by blend. As you can see, become blue red a little bit because we blend this. Now slowly we're moving the blending stump to mix with the rest of the graphite. From the bottom also we need darker. It's good for the beginning. We're going with this. You can use blending stump, cotton buds or different brushes. I like to do this part with blending stump because also I have to blend the skin with details. Slowly for this part I'm just pushing graphite on this side of the finger, in the middle where the bone is. But be careful, we need to work with highlights, So that's why I'm going very light. So I can save the part for the highlights. I'm coming with more graphite. Yes, I am art by, so thank you very much. And with small circle emulsions, we need to add the perfect color and the value on this side. If you remember, the way of drawing the skin is by circle emulsion. If you want to go close with the reference photo or even with the realism. Also, you can do by lines or different type of shade if you like, it's not a problem. But to make the skin perfectly, you need to come in with eraser to add the pores and everything. If you do by this way, like me, with circle emulsions, you will see how nice the skin looking, and it's not much to work after that. Now we need to build a shadow who's coming over the ring a little bit. As you can see, this side of the shadow is coming from the finger, for the small finger. It's covering a little bit the ring, yeah? So with small circle emulsions, I'm going over. I'm checking how big is the shadow. And as you can see, I need to clean up a little bit here so I can have more room to blend. Slowly, slowly we do the design of the finger by the shadows. Because I need darker, I'm coming one more layer without any problem. If you have the reference photo, guys, with dark tone, don't hesitate, add more layers and do the same color as reference photo is. I've seen a lot of artists, I think they are afraid to add more layers because he is afraid to not darken too much. It's not a problem. We have eraser for highlighting and pouring as well the skin. So now, as you can see, I have the dark tone, the necessary dark tone over there. I'm coming to add the dark tone inside, which is going cross over the ring. We don't forget, we need to do the details for the ring. But I need to have the perfect shadows for the finger. Remember, you can do this type of work if you try to listen me to do the same thing with the pencil. And I like to do this by resharp the pencil. Use as a needle. I think it's a very good tip. And that's my technique when I'm working with details. The shadow look okay now. Let's see how it's looking after the blend. We carry over the skin a little bit by small circle emulsions, but also very light, as you can see, because we need to combine to build the gradient, which is very important also. This gradient make our drawing looking 3D. As you can see, the finger become 3D looking because we have this type of the gradient, shadow gradient. Now I'm coming to blend this, and of course I'm using the same #1 blending stump. And with small circle emulsions, I just push a little bit graphite into the lighter area. Not that much, because the ring need to be shadowed as well. Also, there's more ways to blend, guys. One, like now, as I do, because I keep the blending stump like a pencil, so I can have better control. Or if you blend a bigger side like this and you don't have any details to make, you can bend the blending stump same as the pencil. And you can go very light with small circle emulsions. Try like this to see how nice you can mix the gradient. I'm now worried if a little bit graphite is going on the blending stump on the second finger, on the last finger, the small one, because I will clean with eraser. That's why we have a lot of suppliers as an artist, so we can use them. Now as you can see, look at that, how nice become the shadow. And slowly we need to lighten the shadow where the finger is finished. Of course, we're working on the top side skin soon, so we have learned how to make the shadows over the ring or different objects. Now we can carry on. And we do the dark tone on the finger. I'm staying on circular motions. Because I wanted my skin looking realistic. I'm coming with a little bit more dark tone in the middle of this part of the skin. And of course, I'm working light, another layer. Just stick together another layer so I can build a gradient. Make the skin a little bit round. I bend the pencil and I build another layer, another blanket of layer, and I prepare for the lines. As you can see, we have to draw a few lines, and also we have to deal with highlights. When you have to work with highlights, don't draw like others do, because if you do and if you erase the highlights, it's not really like your paper from the beginning. I've seen these mistakes also on drawing groups, and it's clearly visible there. They draw the layer and after that try to erase. I think so. It's not reason to erase a side that you want to be highlighted. Look at that. I'm coming now to blend this, and because it's a larger side, I can use soft makeup brush or even cotton buds. I'm going on cotton buds for a while. I do the same technique by small circular motions. In this way, I'm not losing the details of the skin. Now very light, I can blend this side of the skin. I'm here, guys, to show you by my lessons how to work with the value of the colors. No. So even if we're using only one pencil, we can use suppliers to work in more values. Now I have to deal with the small parts, so I'm working only with blending stone. And I'm pushing from dark to light. Just blend a little bit this side of the skin. As you can see, a lot of side of this hand is very highlighted, so I'm not touching with the graphite over there. It's no reason to rebuild again with eraser. I want to thank you very much, Art by Sue. You are working hard on this portrait, and I'm very happy with your progress. So far is very good. If you want to upgrade better, just let me help you when you need help, because I like your drawing already. You have learned a lot already from my techniques, so keep going. We have important lessons always for the people who's looking to upgrade their drawing skill. Hopefully you will carry on to upload your drawing after a few steps on your progress and show to everyone you are very good and you can learn very easy. Now, as you can see, another light layer to build the gradient, and also going close with the color in the reference photo. We finish with the blend of the shadows, and we learn how to do the details. The big ones, I think this is the finger with the most beautiful details to do, so it's not really hard to do that. Thank you very much, Susan. I'm very happy to help everyone who loves art. Dai bine, și tu? N-am văzut dati. Unde? Thank you very much, my love. N-am văzut dati. Mi lăugea? Da. I'm happy with this part of the finger, with the shadows as well. Let's do the second part, so don't waste too much time without nothing do. The time is very important. When we draw, the time is flying. I'm going with the same circular motions. And as you can see, this part for the shadow become lighter by layering over. Of course, we need to count where is darker or lighter. Where the shadow is darker, just insist with the pencil, but don't press with the pencil. Insist with the pencil, you just repeat the layers and the skin changing the value, which is very important to know how to work in more values, in more colors, even if you use only one pencil. That's the important lesson, guys, how to work with a portrait using only one pencil, and you have all the lessons on my YouTube channel. Slowly I build the shape of the finger and adding more layers. We get ready to blend the second part of the finger. This part of the finger is going on the bottom of the ring, so very light. We're adding like this. The small dots, made by mistake maybe, need to be erased, so this time I have Tombow Monozero eraser, very good sharp, and I'm erasing by lining. Keep the same design as the finger is. If you're watching on my YouTube channel and you like my videos, guys, don't forget to add more friends. Tell them about me. Absolutely free lessons to learn from the beginning. And also I want to thank you very much for beautiful comments on TikTok page. As you can see, look at that, how nice I do the shadows, like a ring is shadowing the finger. It's very important to learn how to layering. Try to learn this way to bend the pencil, to see how nice and comfy position is. We have two types of tones here. For example, three types of shadows. We have darker, mid-dark and lighter. So we need to keep this lighter. The small circle emotions. I'm gonna blend with cotton buds so I can have smooth this side. And from dark tone I'm pushing a little bit graphite, build a gradient with this part of the skin to design perfect skin. Now rest of the graphite need to be blended. Of course we follow the reference photo for the position of the shadow and for the size of the shadow. I will add graphite on the top every side, all this side. I'm adding more graphite. This time I'm looking for the design of the skin. As you can see, I have some lines. And the fastest way to build this design is to add the shade by lines. It will be more easy for you guys, you will see later when you're highlighting this part. Of course the pencil is same position, bend in my palm. I'm checking for the dark tone, I'm coming with another layer. We're working with more values on this side. Now we need to connect this with another layer. I'm adding one step of the blend to see how dark I need to go, and if I need to do darker, I'm coming one more layer. Let's see how we can blend this, how dark is looking after the blend. I'm staying on cotton buds with small circular motions. Can you imagine how fast you can do with toilet paper this side? Just 1-2 times and everything is done. I'm not doing that because I want to keep the same design of the skin. Why is the reason? To shade and blend the skin in more ways if I'm not respecting the blend. To respect the design of your skin drawing, try to blend light in circular motion using cotton buds. You will see how close with the realism or close to the reference photo you're going when you draw the skin. After that, it's more easy to add a few details. I like to call them extra details for better view, for better looking. We take care next time of this part and the full small finger. Now we focus on the detailing rest part of the finger. If I have circular motions here and lines here, we need to be careful how to blend with cotton buds. So if I shade circular motions on this side of the skin, I'm going with circular motions. If I did lines here, so I can go close with the skin, I'm going with blend by lines, forwards and backwards. To the end of the day, on the lesson, I will show you how to smooth light the skin even if you're highlighting. That's my way to draw, and this one I will show you everyone, guys, my way to do. Before to finish with the rest of the details, we need to add the details on the wedding ring. So let's have a look how many details we can do. On the top side we have like an arrow. Make sure you have a good eye visual and try to follow the reference photo for the position and for the size of the design. Now we have a line. Of course, I forgot to mention this. If you need to resharp the pencil for better detailing, resharp your pencil. If you have already done that, you can do easy the details. Look at that, my pencil is sharp as a needle, and how easy I can do the rest of the details now. They need to be blended as well, but very light, using #1 blending stump. I would like to add more colors, for example, even on the jewelry, but I prefer to keep this classic portrait in black and white. Not too many details left. We do another arrow. And now we need to combine with one small dot here, and also for that side of the dots we're using jelly pen to highlighting the metal. Now I'm coming with the rest part of the design by lines, dots, adding the perfect value for the color. As you can see down on the bottom, the design is darker than the top one. Why? Because we have already the shadows from the finger. Look at that, how light I can work with this pencil, even if it's about the 8B grade. So this grade other people use only for the shadowing. This lesson is also for learning how to use 8B grade to add light tone as well. Let's add the blend now. Oh, we have a little bit more here. Shadows. And here. Might be some reflection on from the necklace. As I told you guys, where you need to add dark tone, don't hesitate and add the dark tone. Now with number 1 blending stump, we need to blend, but very light, because I don't want to do very dark tone some of the details. I'm tattoo designer and pencil artist, guys. Open to commissions. If you need anything to draw for you, or if you want to do lovely gift for Christmas, for example, I'm here to draw for you guys. Don't forget, you can find me on YouTube channel, Pinterest, Facebook, and also TikTok. Now very light, I'm coming over, just blend a little bit. Not very dark, just light touching with the blending stump. I'm happy with this, so it's looking nice. We can carry on. Now we start to add the details, lines and the highlights. The skin is look alright. Make sure, before to add the details, make sure the skin is blend well. As you can see, if I need dark tone even on the shadows on the skin, I just repeat the layers, and also I change quick the value of the graphite. Let's do the design for the lines. For the beginning, very light, and we're going like this till we're happy with the design. If I'm not happy with the design, if I'm going light, I can erase at any time. Now, during the process, I will blend straight away. For the lines, I'm going very light, blend, and I need more shiny skin on this side. I'm pushing a little bit with blending stump from dark tone, from the line, outside. In this way, I can build the rest gray color of the skin. Why? Because I still have some graphite on blending stump. And I can use this because I'm smart to do so. Let's do the second line. We check the reference photo and the position of the line. We're going with dots in case of the designing. I'm checking for the tone, how dark it is. I'm coming one more layer over, and I start to blend again. As you can see, I have a little bit highlighted part here. I didn't touch with the second line because also, as you can see in reference photo, we have highlights after every line. How to blend this line, I didn't mention, but I will tell you now. We start always to blend from the middle line, not from the end. As you can see, the end line is sharp. So this line need to be very good blend. So I'm touching very light the top side, like this. I can do even the crossover. If you have graphite on blending stump, it's more easy to build like this. I do the same thing. I'm pushing from the line outside a little bit light gray. That's the best way to do realistic skin on the finger, or if you do the face or the cheeks or different areas. I still feel a little bit more graphite on a line, and because I need more, I'm coming light to rebuild the line. Remember, if you're coming with blending stump, the line become blue-red and is losing from the tone. No worries, we come back and we rebuild the line. But we have the perfect color of the skin. As you can see, very realistic, guys. We need to respect the reference photo, so always we have a look on the reference photo. Now the third line is a little bit hard to do, but we check the reference photo to design this. As you can see, the first time I'm going light, just in case if I'm not happy I can erase it, but to be honest I'm always happy. Everything I draw is draw. I'm using eraser, guys, only to add the highlights, which is very important to know how to add the highlights. Not too long now to finish with the lesson, guys. I want to thank you everyone who's click on my thumbnails and is interested for my lessons. Again, I'm coming with blending stump, very light, starting from the middle. Same, guys, if you do the eyebrows or the arch for the eyes, always blend from the middle line to outside. Never start from the outside, from the outlines, from the top side, because that one is sharper always, and if you start to blend there, is no good. Same, I still have some graphite. I need to put some light gray for the skin. I'm taking from the line and I push outside, of course by following the reference photo for the highlighting. Rest of the pores into the highlights I can just touch with the blending stump, as you can see, and we build very light and easy. Where I need to rebuild the line, I rebuild the line so I can have the perfect color. I feel to add more tones here to the end of the line. Everything is looking well. We're going next line. We can go further if we always happy with the designing. Also, we add the lighter lines by light touching. And of course, if you have light lines, try to work and learn to work by the dots. You will see how easy you can build by the dots. A little bit light line into the shadows, and will be better when we start to blend this. If you not feel comfortable with the sharpening of the pencil, resharp your pencil. This is very important step, how to use this pencil. So in this area we need very good sharp. As you can see, always when I start to blend the lines, I start from the middle. I push light to the outside on the top line. Cât e ceasul cu eu? Ok. Mă grăbesc. I'm using rest of the graphite for the skin. As you can see, guys, it's not necessary always to clean blending stump, because also we can use the rest of the graphite for the rest of the drawing or even details. Let's carry on with the rest of the lines. Darker in the middle, which is about 2-3 layers, and lighter to the top side. Blending stump. to blend this line. Repeat, start from the middle and push to the outside of the line. Now we can build the skin. Take graphite from the line and push a little bit outside by circular motions. We're going on a lighter again. So with dotting, we build the rest of the lines, which are the last one. We blend everything left. I'm checking if everything is okay, if the skin is done. Always when you're lining for the design of the finger, always for the fingers, you need to add a little bit skin, depend which direction is coming the highlights. If the highlight is coming from the left, you need to add graphite on that side of the highlights. But look at that, very light, because we have the design of the details inside of the finger. Now we're checking for the rest part, which is lighter, not that much, and we learn to add the highlights. With a few dots I build also the pores for the finger. And I'm carrying on with the light lines. Ciao Manu. Ah, nu ți-am zis să sară. Care? Da. Da. Pe de-aia am avut să-ți dau. Now we're learning how to highlighting the skin, guys. It's most important thing to know. We need to have a good shade to add the highlights. So if you're happy with the tone, you are ready to add the highlights. Okay, very good, sharp, clean eraser. This is the best thing we can do. And also the fastest way to highlighting the skin. I'm now working with a pencil now. I'm using Tombow Mono Zero eraser, but also I need to make sure it's very good sharp. So I'm using this small cutter and I just cut this side oblique. In this way I will have very good sharp eraser, as you can see. Yeah, I put inside a little bit refill. I don't need too much out, so that should be enough. And following the reference photo, we're checking for the highlighting now. With this one, if you like, you can do also the design on the skin by lines, crossover, and dotting by pores. I will not recommend to do this until you finish with the highlighting of the designing here for the lines. Otherwise, you will get full of graphite on the top side of the eraser, which is no good. Let's add the highlights on this area, for example. Same as we did on the top side, we need to repeat the same thing. Make sure you check the direction of the lines of the skin when you draw a portrait. Don't press with the eraser, don't do mistake. Stay chill and light on the paper. If you need to highlighting longer line, just repeat like me now, for example, and go long as you need. Of course, this is continuing with the pores, small dots and maybe lines as well. This will be another story where we do the bottom side of the skin together with a small finger. Hopefully this will be Friday or Sunday, guys. Domenica e Sunday. Something like this. I'm very happy with that. My way to pouring the skin is by Faber-Castell Perfection eraser. I'm not using Tombow Mono 0, even if I can do. I will show you a little bit with Tombow Mono 0 eraser to pouring. But I prefer Faber-Castell eraser pencil. It do like small dots, round, nice ones. Now I'm checking for the perfect highlighting, so I'm coming on I'm going always after the line, same as reference photo show us, yeah? I need to check eraser if it's still sharp and clean. This way I can clean a little bit with a finger, like this. It's not necessary to clean on or cut the top side of the eraser. If you can clean with the fingers, it's okay. Da immediat, îți gata. And as you can see, I follow the reference photo to finish with the highlights, which is also the last step when you draw a portrait. Make sure you learn the technique, if you like my tips and techniques, of course. The last thing to do, as I told you guys, is Faber-Castell eraser pencil. I love this pencil. You can find on Amazon as well. Before to coming with dotting, I clean on the paper. Always I have a blank paper to cover my drawing and also use for my supplier, for necessary suppliers. So now I'm using, for example, to clean eraser, the top side of eraser. And after that, just a little bit through my fingers. Become like a new. And with this, I just dotting for pores. As I told you guys, this Faber-Castell eraser pencil is very useful on our art. Look at that, how nice pores I can do for the skin. Same as I did on the top. It's going even on a dark tone if you try, but it's very, very recommendable. Thank you very much again, guys. Hopefully you learned something today, and also all during the process, all days. Hopefully you upgrade your drawing skill, and don't forget, guys, subscribe on my channel and click on the bell notification if you see this for the first time. Bye bye and see you next time, guys. Thank you. Ya está, pues, chico.
Nej,
Pues, chica.
det räcker mig.
Ya, pues, chica, ya, esto.